All right, guys. Welcome again to another a Panda session. Today we're gonna dive into lighting, and I'm gonna make a plane real quick, like a cool little backdrop to show you guys how to do it, and also gonna start making a stage, and we'll get into that. So let's get started. So right now I got my little beast in here. And he's chilling. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the plane first, just to knock that out. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna press Shift A, and you're gonna go to the mesh, and you're gonna pick plane. So once you get that plane out, you're gonna go ahead and press S to scale, or you can press the little icon right here, the scale icon, and I'll go ahead and resize it. So, I mean, I really don't go that crazy because my camera usually sits at like 1080 by 1080 anyways. But if you want it, if you need to get crazy, like you can. So I'll leave it right there. And from there, you're going to press Tab, which is going to get you into edit mode. And you're going to make sure on the top left that you're selecting the edge on the select mode. So I click that little middle button, and that's the edge mode. And what that lets you do is click the edges of the plane. So what I want to do right now is click this back edge, and then I'm going to press E, which E for elephant, it means extrude in Blender. So E is extrude, and what I do is I press E, and then I press Z to make sure that it's picking the Z axis, which is pretty much the up and down. So I press Z, and I'm going to pull this guy up, and this is what's going to make that cool little back end of the plane. And so I go ahead and select that. I click it, and it pretty much like gets out of that edge right there, and it makes this cool little backdrop. So right now, if you would put your camera on it, you're going to see a hard edge right here, and that's not really nice to look at. So what you do is you're going to click, keeping it here with the edge selected, the select mode on edge. You're going to click this middle section right here, and you're going to press Control B as in boy. And so what that does, it sets it up so you can start manipulating that edge. So right now that I have it selected with Control B, I'm going to pull it out, and as you can see, it starts pulling it toward the beast. And right now it's kind of making like a cool little angle, but what we want to do is smooth it out. So what you're going to do is use your control wheel on your mouse. So you're just going to start scrolling it, and it's going to start breaking it down, giving it like cool little subdivisions, and it's going to make it into like this nice little, you can go as far crazy as you want, but I don't go too much. Like right there, I think is fine. And then you just press your mouse, and it selects it. And from there, you're going to press Tab again, which is going to go back to the object mode. And that pretty much creates that nice backdrop. But if you would put a light on it, so let's add a light real quick to show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to add a point light. And right now, as you can see, these creases are not smooth. So like, it's going to look kind of janky. So what we're going to do is you select the plane you just made, and you right click it, and you go to shade smooth, and that magically takes those cool little lines out. So now this is like a smooth little backdrop for you, and it looks great. But oh, I forgot to mention, this is all just starting from scratch. Like, so I pretty much opened Blender, deleted that cube in the beginning, and then I added my beast in there. I forgot to mention that because I just pulled that all out. But so this is not like how Red sets it up, because Red, he uses like the cool backdrops that are given to us. Usually with what I do is, unless I need them, but I usually just create it from scratch. And so, but that's how you make the backdrop. But right now, he's pretty much chilling in the darkness because there's no light or anything like that, because I deleted it. So what I'm going to do is show you the 3-point lighting to help all the lights come into play. So you're not going to be able to see this since I'm screen grabbing just like the blender side. But if you, when you press, oh, you do see it. Never mind. Do you see? Oh yeah, you do see it. Never mind. Cool. So you hit preferences. Oh, that's where you don't see it. Never mind. Oh, anyway, so you hit preferences and you're going to go into an option that says add-ons. When you're in that option area, you're going to pick, you're just going to go to the little search bar in add-ons and you're going to select lighting. You're just going to type light and then you're going to get three options. And one's lighting dynamic sky. The second one is lighting sun position. And the one that I use is lighting tri-lighting. So you're going to go ahead and just click that little square and check mark it. And what that does, it puts it into the system. And then you're just going to close the preferences. Now, once you have that enabled, you're going to click your beast. You can click them like pretty much anywhere on him. And then you're going to press Shift A and you go down to where it says light. And then you're going to see this option called 3-point lights. Now, when you select that, what it does, it starts, it even gives you a camera. That camera came out of nowhere, unless it was there and I just didn't see it. Anyways, I thought I got rid of this guy. So we'll talk about the camera right now. Anyway, so you're going to get these three lights that are surrounding the beast now. Now, what they do is that this gives you the ability to manipulate a front light, a side light, and a back light, which helps you frame the beast itself. But as you can see, these lights are kind of turned down, right? So what you do is you're going to click one of the lights and you're going to go on the little property panel and then you're going to pick object data properties, and this is like the little light. And this is where you get the power of the light. What I usually do is crank it up to about maybe 500 just to see like how bright that might be. And then from there you can start adjusting. So that's like too bright, so I'll go down to like maybe 100. And it gives you like a nice little flat glow to it. And then you'll pop into the other light and then you'll do the same thing. And then this will kind of start giving it like the cool little shadows and the backlight as well. And this one can go behind it to give like a little cool like contrast to it. So when you get it actually in the, let's bring this camera back in now. What I like what Red said when you, the cool thing about Blender is that you can have like the multiple screens. I mean, you probably could do it on Cinema 4D too, but I like to say Blender only does it. So we'll just stick with that. But what I do is I'll usually set up one side for the camera, one side to manipulate it. So on the right side, I'll just use that as my camera side. So I'll click the camera. You can either press this little icon right here, or you can press 0 on the keyboard and it'll pop into the camera mode. I also like changing, well, for me, I like changing, I know it's usually 1920 by 1080, but I like keeping it like in a nice square. So I just change it to 1080 by 1080, and that's in the output property section. And so here you can start manipulating where you want your camera to be. Usually I work it like this. I know Red does it his cool way by doing the camera view, and that's an awesome way of doing it too. But I like to be a little bit more in control with mine. And then, so I'll manipulate it, get it close, and then I'll toggle this little section where it says show overlays, so I can see exactly what it looks like without having all those like different lines on it. Here, let's like start manipulating it a bit. All right, there we go. So now I have this cool little setup. And with these cool lights, what you can do is start changing the colors of them, right? So I'll pick this light right here, and I'll go back into the object data properties, and then you'll see where it says the color option wheel. And then when you start manipulating the colors, like you start getting these cool little glows and all that fun stuff. I always like these color setups, and then maybe the background can be a little, I'll just keep that one white. Anyways, but that would be like the tri-lighting setup. And here you can start manipulating stuff from then on, like making something a higher range or a darker range. But yeah, I want to go ahead and stop right here to see if there's any questions right now. Nothing? Okay, we're just chilling.
This
All right.
this may be where you're going. Are you going to blinking lights?
No, I'm actually gonna go into. This is just like this little basic setting right now. I was gonna actually delete all this and start something fresh right now. I just wanted to make sure that I know last week I was supposed to record it and I forgot. So this week I'm glad I have it recorded now. Yeah, so that's the plane. That's the tri-lighting. Of course, with the plane, you can always manipulate the colors too, and I'm pretty sure Red went over this too. You just go into the material properties, you add a new one to it, and then like you start adjusting like the colors of the background to whatever you want it to be. And yeah, so that's pretty much the plane and the tri-lighting. I hope that was a little bit easier for you guys to see.